Hello and welcome to the Richmond Light Railway YouTube channel. Since our last video back in September, there's been plenty of activity on the line and in the workshop. We start with footage of a glorious late summer's day in September, where the engines are being prepared for a private running day for invited friends and guests. In steam with the Decauville Chiquitanta, Hunslet Sybil and Schwarzkopf Brunhilde. After a spark plug change and a quick tune-up, the French petrol tractor was again fully operational. In the field, one of our visitors from the August Steam Fair, the Aveling Porter Roller of 1922, was in steam and busy carrying out the work it was designed and built for. In this case, levelling off some equine-induced lumps and bumps in the grass. Under blue skies and sunshine, Hunslet Sybil heads down the branch line to Newbarn Station, runs around and heads back on its journey to Richmond Station. Chiquitanta was out with the closed coach set, however its new build tender proved a much more popular place to ride during the day. Brunhilde was paired up with a rake of slate wagons, seen here heading down the branch line. A big thanks to one of our visitors that day, Will Stratford, whose drone filming really shows off the railway at its best. In the workshop, workers started on the strip down of Sybil for its 10-year boiler examination. The first tasks were the cleaning of the engine from the last steaming and emptying of the coal bunkers. The next phase was the removal of the various pieces of pipework, both in the cab and along the boiler, along with starting to unbolt the cab. In the smoke box, much effort was expended to try and remove the cement layer in the bottom to allow the removal of the steam and exhaust pipes. These then needed some heavy-duty cleaning with a chisel and a good scrub with a wire brush. You old scrubber, Martin. The sand pots were dismantled, showing here the disc valve inside. The drain cocks were removed to assess their condition and check for any work required before reinstallation at a later date. The cab was now looking pretty bare, with most of the backhead fittings removed, along with the turret and safety valve. At this point, nothing further could be done without removing the cab and tank, so one dark evening, Sybil was pushed outside for the big lift. With the assistance of some class power, the cab weight was taken up.
Pry it up slightly to take the weight off.
The final pipe, trapped between the cab and the boiler, was removed. And the whole assembly carefully lifted up and free of the chassis.
Stop there, this one bit. Stop. Right. Okay, we'll go up then. Yeah, you're fine.
The now cabless engine was pulled back inside to allow the cab to be moved onto temporary storage on a flat wagon.
No, Martin's just going to get some...
With everything reset, a second lift was then undertaken to remove the saddle tank.
We want to go up.
Both lifts were done as carefully as possible to avoid damaging any of the paintwork.
So,
In the end, it came apart with no drama, and the tank was removed onto its storage, the recently restored Ford wagon.
Chuck it in the skip part in that one.
oh, right. I can fit. Yeah, all the way down. All right.
Both wagons could then be pushed into the station area and stored in the dry until required for reassembly.
Yeah, 2 feet. Stop!
Sybil was then moved back inside the workshop for the next step, which was the removal of the boiler and firebox cladding. A messy job, as the boiler was lagged with rock wool, which had to be scraped and hoovered off. The second big lift of the job was the removal of the boiler from the frames, this time using our gantry in the workshop. The boiler cradle wagon was liberated from the sidings and rolled inside ready to receive its load.
Just assume the position is for your bit.
Yeah, again, just try and get the stuck.
With the boiler firmly restrained and attached to the gantry with strops, the last job was to remove the ash pan.
Let me come around your side.
The lifting could then commence, and with some light jiggling, the smoke box came free from the frame. The task was to then lift the firebox sufficiently high to be able to move the boiler to one side and the chassis out of the way. The location of the strops wasn't 100% correct for the centre of gravity, and additional weight had to be added to the smoke box to create balance.
Which way will I go?
You've got to lift it up to hook it out. That's it, you've got
Lovely. You go and put that out the front there.
Look at all that clean cut.
With the ash pan removed, the chassis was moved out of the way, the boiler cradle moved into position, and the boiler lowered into place. The next efforts focused on the cleaning up of the various parts of the engine and components, in this case the cylinder blocks and mud hole door. The smoke box still had remnants of the cement bottom which needed to be removed, and the firebox wire brushed clean. The hammer and chisel was tried on the smoke box, and also the needle gun to try and get into the awkward corners and around bulkheads. Attention then turned to cleaning the internals of the boiler, particularly around the firebox foundation ring.
Were they expensive?
£6, £7.
I'll get a couple of selection or get some long ones going in.
The objective here is to remove the muddy silt and flaky rust debris which accumulates at the lowest point of the boiler. That's all for this video. Work continues on Sybil, and further updates on this project and other exciting developments will be covered in our next video. If you've enjoyed this video and want to be notified of future editions, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.